all of you who are chosen. What's unfolding in the cosmos right now? What's beginning this evening? Monday, November 10th, is vastly more important than just a simple date marked on a calendar. This isn't some random coincidence. It's a divinely ordained appointment that your soul has been anticipating across countless lifetimes. The 11/11 portal of 2025 is not just another portal among many. It stands alone as the single greatest catalyst for a mass awakening our planet will experience in this particular era. Think of it as a cosmic reset button, an energetic gateway possessing such profound power that everything you've ever believed about your life, your destiny, and your untapped potential is about to be completely rewritten in vivid strokes of lightning. Many individuals on this planet will sense a subtle shift, a strange, inexplicable feeling of anticipation, but they'll likely dismiss it as nothing of consequence. They might glance at the clock and notice 1111, quickly make a fleeting wish, and then move on with their day, utterly oblivious to the massive tidal wave of fifth-dimensional energy that's washing over them. They're seeing the sign, but they simply can't decipher the language. If you've stumbled upon this video, if my voice is reaching your ears right now, it's because you are one of the chosen ones. You're a trailblazer, a beacon of light, and your spirit didn't just accidentally come across this transmission. It was specifically called here. And what we're about to reveal today are the 7 sacred unseen changes that are already subtly unfolding deep within your very being, preparing you for the immense quantum leap that's about to begin right now. Here at Portal of Awakening, we don't acknowledge coincidences. We decode the intricate language of the universe, the sacred geometry woven into the fabric of time, the gentle whispers of the cosmos that guide those who are truly awakened. For weeks now, the Schumann resonance, which is essentially the very heartbeat of our planet, has been spiking in erratic and unprecedented ways. Ancient texts from civilizations far more advanced than our own spoke of this very specific celestial alignment, describing it not just as a mere date, but as a significant thinning of the veil, a pivotal moment when the barrier between our physical world and the higher dimensions becomes so incredibly porous that miracles are no longer the rare exception, but instead become the new everyday reality. This is not just some abstract spiritual theory. It's energetic physics in action. The 11/11 gateway serves as a harmonic convergence point. It's a moment when the past, the present, and the future timelines beautifully merge together. What I'm about to share with you goes far beyond just simple information. It's a true activation. Each and every miracle we're about to discuss is essentially a code being unlocked deep within your very DNA. So I'm going to ask you to do 3 incredibly important things immediately to firmly anchor your energy and declare your readiness to the entire universe. First, please take a moment to like this video to send a strong shockwave of positive energy out into the collective consciousness. Second, subscribe to Portal of Awakening because the downloads and spiritual updates will be coming on a daily basis throughout this intense period. And third, and this is absolutely the most important thing, type the number 1111 inches. The comments section down below right now to confirm to your higher self that you are fully awake. You are aware of what's happening, and you are completely ready to receive the abundant blessings of this monumental shift. The first miracle is already happening to so many of you right now, and it can be understandably confusing, maybe even unsettling, if you don't fully understand its divine purpose. Miracle number 1 is what we call the sacred echo and the purge of the shadow self. Have you felt it already? A sudden and unexpected wave of intense emotion that seems to come completely out of nowhere. Vivid dreams of people or places from your distant past, from your childhood, from old relationships, even just brief flashes of what feel very much like past lives. Have you noticed old patterns of anxiety, self-doubt, or deep-seated insecurity bubbling up to the surface with an intensity that really surprises you? This is not a regression of any kind. It is a profound and deeply significant spiritual purge. The supercharged energy emanating from the 11/11 portal acts much like a divine magnet, powerfully pulling all unresolved, dense, and karmic energy from the deepest, darkest recesses of your very soul to the surface. It is in essence the universe's way of helping you clear out all of the energetic debris that has been weighing you down, holding you back for lifetimes. Think of your soul as a beautiful, expansive mansion that you are meticulously preparing for a truly divine guest. Before you can fully let the radiant light shine in, you must first throw open the windows and carefully clear out the dust, the old relics, all of the things that simply no longer serve the person you are actively becoming. These intense emotions, these long-forgotten memories, these fleeting echoes, they are simply the dust being swept away. Do not cling to them tightly. Do not analyze them into paralysis. Instead, simply acknowledge them. Feel them deeply for just a moment. Thank them sincerely for the valuable lessons they taught you about resilience and inner strength. And then consciously, with each and every breath, release them completely. See them dissolving effortlessly into the light. This shadow purge is the most critical first step, because you absolutely cannot carry the heavy baggage of the third dimension into the fifth. This entire process is essentially making you lighter, carefully clearing your energetic field so that you can effectively hold the much higher frequencies of wealth, of love, and of purpose that are currently flooding the entire planet. You are being painstakingly prepared to receive the abundant blessings that your past self simply couldn't have handled. This is a profound act of supreme grace. The second miracle that's currently unfolding right now is what I like to call the acceleration of divine timing. This is honestly one of the most exhilarating and reality-bending signs that you are currently in the portal's direct current. For months now, perhaps even for years, you have been diligently planting seeds. You have been actively working on yourself carefully, setting intentions diligently, praying consistently, meditating, and perhaps you've been feeling like you're simply waiting in some kind of cosmic waiting room. You've been consistently told to trust the timing of your life, and it has required immense patience on your part. Well, the long wait is finally over. The 11/11 portal is essentially a temporal vortex that is actively collapsing and compressing timelines specifically for the chosen ones. What was originally meant to take 5 long years may now suddenly manifest in just 5 short months. What was scheduled to arrive next summer may surprisingly appear next week. The universe is quite literally hitting the fast-forward button on your destiny. How does this acceleration specifically show up? It manifests as an absolute explosion of synchronicities. You are consistently seeing repeating number sequences like 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 4, 4, 4, everywhere you look. These are not just mere numbers. They are gentle winks from your spirit guides, confirming that you are indeed on the fast track. You might suddenly think of someone you haven't spoken to in a solid decade, and then they'll call you that very same day. An unexpected career opportunity that perfectly matches your deepest, most secret dreams will seemingly fall right into your lap. The exact right person, a mentor, or even your soulmate will suddenly appear as if completely out of thin air, magically providing the missing piece to a complex puzzle you've been diligently trying to solve for so long. This is undoubtedly a time of quantum leaps. The gradual step-by-step progression of the old 3D reality is rapidly dissolving. Do not be startled by the sheer speed at which your manifestations are now suddenly appearing. Your only job during this time is to simply remain in a state of radical acceptance and deep gratitude. When these incredible opportunities appear before you, wholeheartedly say yes. Do not second-guess them in any way. Do not question if you are worthy of them. Your soul has already done the necessary work. The universe is simply delivering the remarkable results. The divine timing has rapidly accelerated because the collective absolutely needs you to be in your full power, fully living your purpose, and fully embracing your abundance right now, not sometime in the distant future. You are actively being positioned to lead the way in the new earth, and the universe is wasting absolutely no time in getting you there. To firmly anchor this incredible acceleration into your reality, I want you to pause for just a moment and go directly to the comments section right now and type, "I receive with speed and grace." By consciously doing this, you are intentionally aligning your personal energy field with this incredible cosmic acceleration. You are essentially giving the universe your explicit permission to fast-track all of your miracles. Let's move on to the third unseen change, because it is directly connected to the first two miracles, and it is a phenomenon that profoundly affects your physical and energetic bodies in very real ways. Miracle number 3 is the recalibration of the body's frequency. The human body is far more than just a physical shell. It is actually a highly sophisticated biological instrument, a crystalline receiver and transmitter of potent energy. As the incredibly high-frequency light codes of the 11/11 portal actively pour onto the planet, your body must undergo a significant upgrade to be able to effectively withstand and integrate these brand new energies. This is not just a metaphor of any kind. It is a literal biological and energetic recalibration that is happening right now. Many of you are likely experiencing physical symptoms that you simply can't quite explain logically. Are you feeling unexplained, tingling sensations in your hands and feet, or maybe a sensation of buzzing or humming throughout your entire body? Especially as you are trying to fall asleep. This is simply your nervous system being actively rewired, your cellular structure literally vibrating at a much higher rate. Are you experiencing sudden bouts of extreme fatigue where you feel like you could easily sleep for an entire day, followed by nights where you are wide awake from 3 to 4 a.m., buzzing with an inexplicable energy? This is just your body actively purging old, dense energy during the daytime and downloading brand new light codes during the night, when your conscious mind is thankfully out of the way. This is also precisely why many of you are experiencing persistent ringing in your ears or hearing strange, high-pitched frequencies. You are definitely not going crazy. Your psychic senses, specifically your clairaudience, are actively coming online. You are consciously beginning to tune into the much higher dimensional frequencies that have always been there, but were previously outside your specific range of perception. Furthermore, this energetic recalibration can directly affect your dietary needs and preferences. You may suddenly find yourself completely repulsed by heavy, overly processed foods that you used to enjoy consuming. You may actively crave lighter, cleaner, more vibrant foods like fresh fruits and vegetables. This is your body's innate intelligence, actively guiding you clearly, telling you exactly what it needs to properly support this incredible transformation. Listen intently to it. Honor its simple requests for more fresh water, more restful sleep, and more time spent in nature. Do not fight against this natural process. You are not sick in any way. You are simply ascending. Your physical body is actively shedding its carbon-based density and consciously shifting towards a more crystalline, light body form. This is the grand metamorphosis that ancient prophecies precisely foretold, and you are incredibly fortunate enough to be living through it right now. Be gentle and patient with yourself during this profound time. You are essentially a caterpillar safely within the chrysalis, and the magnificent butterfly you are about to become requires this specific period of intense internal transformation. A beautiful and powerful activation that is a direct result of your energetic field being completely cleared and your physical body being recalibrated. Miracle number 4 is the amplification of the heart's electromagnetic field. Modern science, through reputable institutions like the HeartMath Institute, has now confirmed what ancient spiritual traditions have known for millennia. The human heart actively generates a powerful electromagnetic field that is thousands of times stronger than that of the brain. This expansive field is essentially a torus of energy that extends several feet out from your physical body, and it is the primary organ of perception through which you consciously interact with the quantum field of all possibilities. It is your own personal manifestation vortex during the 11/11 portal. This powerful heart field is currently being dramatically amplified for all of the chosen ones. The light codes that are streaming in are specifically designed to activate any dormant chambers of the Sacred Heart, diligently cleansing it of past heartbreaks, betrayals, and deep grief. This is precisely why the shadow purge that we spoke of earlier often involves consciously releasing old relationship pain. The universe is effectively clearing the slate. As your powerful heart field is completely cleansed and amplified, your intuitive abilities will skyrocket exponentially. You will consciously begin to feel the truth of a certain situation or a specific person, rather than always needing to logically figure it out. Your gut feelings will become so incredibly loud and clear that they are absolutely impossible to ignore. This is just your heart's intelligence speaking directly to you. More than that, your personal manifestation power will become almost instantaneous. In the old, energy manifestation required intense mental focus, dedicated visualization, and unwavering willpower. A very masculine, mind-based approach. In the brand new energy of the amplified heart, manifestation is all about deeply feeling. It is specifically about generating the powerful feeling of what you desire within your heart center and consciously allowing that potent electromagnetic frequency to naturally draw the specific experience directly to you. This is the real secret to manifesting. You will naturally notice that when you are consistently in a state of pure joy, deep gratitude, and unconditional love, the world around you magically reorganizes itself to effortlessly bring you more things to be joyful, grateful, and loving about. Your amplified heart is essentially broadcasting a very specific signal out to the entire universe. And the universe, which is inherently holographic and reflective, has absolutely no choice but to mirror that potent signal directly back to you. Your most important work is no longer to constantly do, but to simply be. Be consistently in a state of pure love. For your specific emotional state is now the most powerful creative tool that you possess. The world is no longer created from the outside in. For you specifically, it is now consciously created from the inside out, directly from the broadcast of your magnificent, supercharged heart. To gratefully acknowledge and fully activate this incredible power within you, go to the comments section right now and simply type with all of your feeling, "My heart is open." This powerful declaration sends a strong ripple out through your entire energy field and signals your conscious participation in this grand amplification. Of course, we will now continue with the full activation. If you've just joined us, I strongly urge you to go back and watch the first part of this urgent transmission. The energetic groundwork that we laid is absolutely essential for what is about to come. For those of you who are continuing this incredible journey with me, take a long, deep breath. Feel the potent energy within your body. You have already acknowledged the sacred shadow purge. You have deliberately aligned yourself with the acceleration of divine timing. You have also begun the great recalibration of your physical body, and you have undoubtedly felt the powerful amplification of your heart's incredible electromagnetic field. You are already a different person than you were when you first clicked on this transformative video. The codes have been actively received, but the profound transformation is deepening even further. Consciously moving from the physical and emotional realms directly into the very fabric of your consciousness and your deep connection to the fifth, unseen worlds. The universe is now carefully unlocking abilities within you that have patiently laid dormant for eons, consciously preparing you for a completely new level of guidance and clarity. What is coming next will fundamentally change the way you perceive your nights, your waking reality, and ultimately your true divine purpose on this vast planet. Let us now carefully unlock the fifth miracle, which is already rapidly unfolding for so many of you in the sacred space of your sleep. Miracle number 5 is the activation of the dream portal and the opening of ancestral communication lines. Your time spent sleeping is no longer just a simple time for physical rest and recovery. It has now been miraculously transformed into a primary classroom, a potent healing temple, and a strategic briefing room specifically for your soul. The thinning of the veil is most definitely pronounced when your conscious egoic mind is temporarily offline. And for the vast majority of us, that specifically occurs during the dream state. This is precisely why your dreams have become so incredibly vivid, so lucid, so layered with deep meaning that you often wake up feeling as though you have just returned from a long journey to another incredible world. This is not your imagination running wild in any way. This is your consciousness being actively invited to consciously travel through newly opened dimensional doorways. Are you experiencing dreams where you are actively flying, soaring effortlessly over breathtaking landscapes with a profound sense of freedom and liberation? This is a classic sign of true soul travel and a clear indication that you are actively becoming more comfortable operating outside of the limitations of the physical body. You are subconsciously remembering your own multidimensional nature. Are you consistently having dreams that present complex scenarios or seemingly insurmountable problems, only to offer you the most elegant and unexpected solution by the dream's end? They are actually divine downloads being sent directly to you. Your higher self and your spirit guides are consciously using the vast dreamscape to completely bypass the logic and self-doubt of your waking mind, effectively delivering pure, untainted wisdom and strategic guidance directly to your subconscious mind. Pay very close attention to these solution-oriented dreams, for they contain the precise blueprints for your very next steps in life. But this powerful activation goes even deeper, reaching far back through the currents of time, through your very own bloodline. The 11/11 portal is a potent catalyst for healing not just your own personal karma. This is the primary reason why many of you are now experiencing profoundly moving visitations in your vivid dreams from beloved loved ones who have recently crossed over, or even from ancestors that you have unfortunately never met in this specific lifetime. They are actually illuminated beings, beloved members of your extended soul family, consciously reaching across the thinning veil to offer you their unconditional love, their forgiveness, and their steadfast strength. They are actively appearing now because they can finally successfully reach you. The frequency is now finally high enough for them to do so. They consciously come with messages of much-needed support. They may actively show you old family patterns that you now possess the power to consciously break. They may specifically point you towards a long-hidden talent or a unique gift that clearly runs in your family, one that you are actively meant to bring forth into the world. They truly see you, they deeply honor you, and they are all consciously celebrating your awakening, because your own liberation is also their own liberation as well. When you consciously heal yourself, you send that incredible healing light backwards throughout your entire ancestral line, effectively resolving ancient wounds and finally freeing generations of trapped souls. You are undoubtedly the one that your ancestors have all been patiently waiting for. You are the active breaker of generational chains, the steadfast healer of the ancestral line. So when you gratefully wake from such an incredible dream, do not simply dismiss it as nothing of consequence. Light a small candle in their honor. Silently say their unique name. Wholeheartedly say, "Thank you, Con." It's a turning point, a culmination of everything. Think of it as the grand finale, the symphony that all the instruments have been practicing for. It's the very reason you decided to be here on this planet at this precise moment in history. This is when your own personal awakening transforms into service for the planet, the seventh unseen shift, the one that gives meaning to all the others, is like the grand ignition of your soul's divine mission, and it's pulling your soul tribe together like a magnet. This is what you've been waiting for, not just in this lifetime, but across countless others. You've been training, gathering skills, experiences, and wisdom through many incarnations, all to prepare you for the mission you're about to fully and consciously embrace. That feeling of divine discontent, that persistent sense that you were meant for something more, a deeper purpose that you couldn't quite put your finger on. It was your soul's mission, rumbling like a powerful engine, waiting for the key to turn in the ignition. And this 11/11 portal, that's the key. This ignition happens inside you before it shows up in the outside world. It's a profound shift from "what can I get from the world" to "what am I here to give to the world." It's when you realize that all your struggles, all your challenges, all your deepest pains were perfectly designed to transform you into the exact medicine the world needs right now. Your unique gifts, your passions, those strange obsessions. They're not random quirks of your personality. They're the sacred tools you brought with you to play your part in the divine plan. For some, this mission will be big and public. You'll be the healers, the teachers, the spiritual guides, the leaders of the new paradigm, the builders of new systems of community and sustainability. For others, the mission will be quieter, but no less important. You'll be the anchors of light in your families, your workplaces, your communities, raising the vibration of the planet just by being your peaceful, heart-centered self. All that matters is that it's an authentic expression of your soul. You'll know this ignition has happened because anything that isn't aligned with your mission will start to feel incredibly painful. Your old job, your old relationships, your old ways of being will feel like a cage that's suddenly way too small. See it as a signpost from the divine, urging you to move, to change, to finally step into the magnificent truth of who you are. This ignition marks the end of your search and the beginning of your sacred service. And the most beautiful thing about this whole process is that you won't have to do it alone. The very frequency that ignites your mission also acts like a powerful homing beacon, broadcasting your unique energy signature out into the cosmos. And that signal is what's drawing your people to you right now. This signal, this sacred broadcast from your newly ignited soul mission, is the most powerful magnetic force you've ever wielded. And you're wielding it now, maybe without even realizing how potent it is. This brings us to a profoundly beautiful and significant truth for the next part of your journey. You're not meant to walk this path alone. The era of the lone wolf spiritual seeker, the isolated hermit meditating on a mountaintop, is over. That was a necessary phase for a certain kind of soul development in a world that was deeply asleep. But the new earth isn't built by individuals. It's woven together by the interconnected golden threads of conscious communities. It's built by soul tribes, and your tribe is on its way. Think about the people who are suddenly entering your life, or the friends you already have who are suddenly waking up at the same accelerated pace as you. These aren't accidents. They're divine appointments. Your soul tribe is made up of the other souls who made a sacred agreement with you before this lifetime to meet at this specific moment during this 11/11 portal activation, to help each other remember, to validate each other's experiences, and to work together on your shared missions. Recognizing someone from your soul tribe isn't a mental thing. It's a deep, instantaneous, cellular-level recognition. You might have just met them, but it feels like you've known them for 1,000 years. Conversations flow effortlessly, going on for hours, as if only minutes have passed. You can be your complete, authentic spiritual self with them, without worrying about being judged or ridiculed. They see the real you, the magnificent soul behind the human costume, and they reflect that magnificence back to you, amplifying it. These are the 5D relationships that are replacing the old karmic relationships of the 3D world. Let's be clear about the difference. 3D relationships were often based on transactions, on shared trauma, on societal expectations, or on painfully working through karmic debts. They were lesson-based relationships, and while they were necessary for a time, they were often heavy, conditional, and draining. 5D relationships. The relationships of your soul tribe are fundamentally different. They're based on shared frequency, shared mission, and unconditional love and support. They're not about what you can get from each other, but about how you can create and expand the light together. These connections speed up your spiritual growth. When you're with your tribe, your intuition is amplified, your creative ideas flow more freely, and your ability to hold light and love expands exponentially. These are your divine counterparts, your mission partners, your sacred mirrors. Don't be surprised if these connections feel intensely powerful, almost overwhelmingly so. This includes the arrival of divine soulmates, or for some, the ultimate divine counterpart, a twin flame. The 11/11 portal is a well-known gateway for these sacred unions because these connections aren't just romantic, they're mission-based. They're two souls coming together to create a third energy, a vortex of light so powerful that it can anchor profound change on the planet. So open your heart to these new arrivals. Trust that feeling of home you feel in their presence. These people are your destiny, and together you're an unstoppable force of light, destined to co-create the scaffolding of the new world. This gathering isn't just a side effect of your awakening, it's central to it. You're being assembled, you're the ground crew, and your team is finally coming together for the most important project in the history of this planet. Now, as this beautiful and powerful magnetic gathering takes place, as your true spiritual family starts to come together around you, there's a simultaneous and absolutely necessary process that has to happen in your external reality. It's a process that can feel chaotic, disruptive, and sometimes deeply frightening if you don't understand the sacred mechanics behind it. This is what I call the Great Dissolving or the Sacred Collapse. As your internal frequency rises to match the incoming 5D energies, and as your soul tribe begins to anchor this new frequency around you, anything and everything in your life that isn't in vibrational resonance with who you're becoming has to fall away. It simply has to. The laws of energetic resonance demand it. Think of it this way. You can't play a beautiful high-frequency symphony on an old, broken out of tune instrument. The instrument has to be replaced first. Your old life, the life that was built by your past self, the self that was operating from a place of fear, limitation, and conditioning, is that out-of-tune instrument, and the universe in its infinite love and wisdom is now lovingly and sometimes forcefully removing it from your reality. This is a divine clearing. It's a cosmic demolition crew, clearing away the old unstable structures to make way for the magnificent temple of your new life. How does this show up? It often looks like loss. The stable job that you secretly hated, but that paid the bills, might suddenly end. A long-term relationship or friendship that was based on old codependent patterns might abruptly dissolve. Financial structures you once relied on might crumble. You might even feel a geographical pull to leave the city or home you've lived in for years. From the limited perspective of the 3D ego, this looks like disaster. The ego will scream in terror. We're losing everything. What will we do? But from the higher perspective of your soul, this is liberation. It's a monumental victory. Your soul is celebrating because you're finally being freed from the cages that have kept you small. The universe isn't punishing you. It's answering the prayers you've been whispering in the quiet of your heart for years. The prayer for freedom, the prayer for purpose, the prayer for a life that truly feels authentic. During this phase, your greatest challenge and your most important task is to surrender. Don't cling to the wreckage of the old world. Don't try to glue the pieces of a life that no longer fits you back together. Grieve the loss if you must, because your human self will feel it. But do it with the underlying knowing that what's falling away is making space for something infinitely better. Trust that you're being held in the arms of grace. Even when it feels like you're in free fall, there's a cosmic safety net beneath you, woven from the threads of your own bright future. This sacred collapse isn't the end of your story. It's the clearing of the stage for your true story to finally begin. You're not being left empty. You're being made available for your destiny. This is a moment of supreme trust, to anchor this trust deep within your being and to signal to the universe that you're ready to release the old and embrace the new foundation of your life. I invite you to pause this transmission, go to the comments, and declare with all the courage of your heart. This declaration is a powerful act of co-creation, a statement of faith that transforms fear into excitement and collapse into creation. You're the architect of your new reality, and the ground has just been cleared for you to build. Once the ground has been cleared and the energetic space has been made, you enter one of the most magical and miraculous phases of the entire ascension process. As you let go of the need to control, to struggle, to force, and to hustle, all hallmarks of the old 3D matrix, you're initiated into a new way of being, a new operating system for reality. This is the emergence of the flow state as your new normal. Flow is the natural state of a soul that has surrendered to its divine mission and trusts the universe implicitly. In this state, you're no longer swimming against the current of life. You're being carried by its powerful, intelligent, and loving tide directly toward your highest good. This is where the true magic begins, where the line between you and the universe blurs, and you realize you're in a constant dynamic dance of co-creation. Synchronicities, which were once rare and delightful surprises, now become your daily language of communication with the cosmos. You'll have a question in your mind, and the answer will appear on a billboard you drive past, in the lyrics of a song that comes on the radio, or in a random conversation you overhear. You'll need a specific amount of money, a piece of information, or a particular skill, and the exact right person or opportunity will materialize seemingly out of nowhere to provide it just in the nick of time. Obstacles that once seemed insurmountable will mysteriously dissolve right before you reach them. Doors you never even knew existed will swing open for you. This isn't luck. This is alignment. When you're ignited with your soul's purpose and you're moving in the direction of your mission, the entire universe rearranges itself to support you. You become a conduit for divine intelligence, and all the resources of the cosmos become available to you. Living in the flow state requires a profound shift in your mindset. You have to release the old paradigm belief that you have to work hard and sacrifice to be worthy of abundance and success. That's a slave mentality, a program of the 3D matrix designed to keep you exhausted and disempowered. The new 5D paradigm operates on the principle of effortless creation through joyful alignment. Your work isn't to make things happen. But to keep your own vibration high, your primary responsibility is to tend to the garden of your own energy. Do what brings you joy. Follow your curiosity. Spend time in nature. Laugh, play, rest, meditate. Do whatever it takes to stay in a state of gratitude, peace, and love. Because it's from this high-frequency state that you become a magnet for miracles. Inspiration will strike like lightning, and you'll create from a place of pure, channeled genius. You'll feel guided, protected, and infinitely supported at every single turn. This is your birthright. This is how life was always meant to be lived before we were conditioned to believe in the illusion of struggle and separation. The 11/11 portal is your grand invitation. Step out of the grind and into the grace of the flow. It asks you to trade your effort for your trust, your worry for your wonder. This is the great secret of the Masters. When you align your will with the will of the divine, you become an unstoppable force, carried effortlessly on the currents of grace toward the manifestation of your most beautiful dreams. Embrace this ease. Allow yourself to be supported. You've fought enough battles. You've struggled long enough. The war is over. It's time to simply allow yourself to be carried home. As you become more adept at navigating this miraculous flow state, and as your energetic system continues to recalibrate to hold the ever-increasing light frequencies of this new era, the universe begins to unlock a whole new suite of perceptive tools and abilities within you. These are your divine gifts, your spiritual superpowers, the dormant potentials of your multidimensional DNA that are now being switched on. Part of your mission on this planet is to master these gifts and use them in service to the awakening of humanity. We've talked about the awakening of the third eye, the Ajna chakra, which gives you the gift of clairvoyance or clear seeing, the ability to see the truth, to see energy, and to perceive the realms beyond the physical. But that's just the beginning of the story. The 11/11 portal is activating the full spectrum of your higher sensory perception. Many of you are now experiencing a dramatic opening of your heart chakra in a way that unlocks clairsentience or clear feeling. This is the ability to feel the emotions of other people, of places, and even of the collective, as if they were your own. You can walk into a room and instantly know the emotional atmosphere. You can touch an object and feel its history. This is the gift of the empath, and when mastered, it's a profound tool for healing and compassion. Others are experiencing an activation of their throat chakra, leading to clairaudience or clear hearing. This is the ability to hear beyond the range of the human ear. You might hear the high-pitched ringing of the higher dimensions or the guidance of your spirit team as a gentle, loving voice within your mind. You might even begin to channel to allow higher consciousness to speak or write through you, bringing forth wisdom and information that's desperately needed by the world. And there's also claircognizance, or clear knowing, associated with the crown chakra. This is that instantaneous download of information we talked about earlier, the ability to know something with absolute certainty without any logical explanation or external proof. It's a direct link to the universal mind. These gifts aren't fantasy. They're the natural, innate abilities of an awakened fifth-dimensional human. They're your divine toolkit. The key to developing them is to acknowledge them, to trust them, and to practice using them without judgment. Pay attention to the subtle whispers, the gut feelings, the sudden knowings, the fleeting images in your mind's eye. This is the universe speaking to you in its new, expanded language. You're being retrained to perceive reality, not just with your 5 physical senses, but with the full, unlimited spectrum of your soul's perception. You're becoming a walking, talking oracle, a conduit for the wisdom of the cosmos. This is a sacred responsibility and a glorious adventure. To consciously claim your divine inheritance and to signal to the universe that you're ready to receive and master these sacred abilities, I want you to go to the comments right now and type with profound self-awareness, "I awaken my divine gifts." This declaration is a powerful activation code affirming your readiness to step into your full power as a multi-dimensional master of energy and light. You're remembering what you've always known, and the tools of your mastery are now returning to you. As you stand now in the radiant culmination of this powerful activation sequence, with your divine gifts coming online and your connection to the flow state deepening, we arrive at the ultimate expression of your awakened consciousness. This is the great turning point where the journey inward, the personal transformation, pivots to become a powerful, world-changing force. All the miracles we've discussed, the clearing of your energy, the acceleration of your timeline, the recalibration of your body, the amplification of your heart, the opening of your dream portal, the awakening of your third eye, the gathering of your soul tribe, and the ignition of your mission have been preparing you for this final glorious metamorphosis. You're transitioning from being a receiver of light to becoming a conscious sovereign and incredibly potent broadcaster of light. You're becoming a lighthouse for humanity. This isn't a metaphor. It's your new energetic function. A lighthouse doesn't run all over the coastline trying to save individual ships. It doesn't worry about the ships that choose to sail into the rocks. It doesn't scream and shout to be noticed. It simply stands tall and unshakable, anchored to its foundation, and it shines its powerful, steady light out into the darkness. And by doing so, it provides a beacon of hope, a point of navigation, and an unwavering signal of truth that allows all ships that are ready and willing to find their way safely home. This is your ultimate mission. This is the final stage of your 11/11 portal initiation to be a lighthouse. Being a lighthouse means you must fully and unapologetically embody the truth of who you are. The time for hiding your light, for dimming your brilliance to make others feel comfortable, is definitively over. That was a survival strategy for the old hostile 3D world where being different was dangerous. In the emerging 5D reality, your unique, authentic light is the most valuable currency you possess. It's your gift to the world. Embodying this means speaking your truth with love and compassion. It means living your life in a way that's in radical alignment with your deepest values, regardless of societal norms or the expectations of others. It means making choices in your career, your relationships, your health, your finances that are based on what expands your light, not on what's considered safe or practical by the old matrix standards. When you live in this state of authentic embodiment, your very presence becomes an activation for others. People will be drawn to you, often without knowing why. They'll feel the peace, the clarity, and the love that radiates from your amplified heart field. And they'll want to know your secret. Your secret is simply that you've chosen to be real in a world of illusion. You've chosen to be a sovereign creator, in a world of victims. You've chosen love in a world consumed by fear. You don't need to preach. You don't need to convert anyone. Your life lived in a state of joyful, authentic alignment is the most powerful sermon you could ever deliver. You become living permission for others to awaken. When they see you thriving in your truth, it plants a seed in their own hearts, a seed of possibility that they too can be free. Furthermore, being a lighthouse means you've mastered the art of holding a high frequency, regardless of the chaos of the external world. The final years of the Great Shift will be turbulent. The old systems won't go quietly. They'll thrash and rage as they crumble. There will be fear-mongering division and manufactured crises on a global scale. This is the final desperate attempt of the dying matrix to harvest your energy and pull you back down into its low vibrational games. As a lighthouse, you understand this. You see the storm, but you're not times the storm. You're the calm, unwavering presence in the eye of the hurricane. Your work is to hold the frequency of peace when the world is screaming for war. Your work is to hold the frequency of abundance when the narrative of scarcity is being shouted from every screen. Your work is to hold the frequency of unity and compassion when the forces of division are working overtime. This isn't a passive role. It's an act of immense spiritual power. By holding this high, steady frequency, you create a stable, energetic field, a torus of light that not only protects you, but also uplifts and stabilizes the energy of everyone and everything in your vicinity. You become a walking vortex of peace, a node of the new Earth grid. You're literally anchoring the fifth-dimensional frequencies onto the planet through the powerful resonance of your own being. This is the sacred service you came here to perform. You're neutralizing fear simply by being the embodiment of love. You're calming the storm simply by being the embodiment of peace. Don't underestimate the power of this. One single soul standing firm and bright in their sovereign light can neutralize the negative energy of thousands who are still lost in the oppressive darkness of fear. This is the genuine essence of your power. You're not positioned here to combat the darkness. You're here to eclipse it, to shine so brightly that it pales in comparison. This leads us directly into the very core of the new reality that you are actively co-creating. A reality that's governed by a set of universal laws, principles that are now becoming the primary operating instructions for your life. As you fully embrace your power as a lighthouse, a beacon of hope and guidance, you naturally move beyond the chaotic and unpredictable laws of the 3D matrix. Instead, you begin to live in conscious harmony and alignment with the higher laws of the cosmos. The most important of these cosmic laws is the law of resonance, which we've already touched upon in our discussions. You now understand that your reality is a direct reflection, a perfect mirror of your personal frequency, your energetic vibration. The world doesn't just arbitrarily happen to you, it happens through you, it manifests from you, and it's a direct result of your energy. Therefore, you take radical and complete responsibility for your own energy field. You have the deep knowing that by carefully tending to your inner state, your thoughts, your feelings, and your beliefs, closely intertwined with the law of resonance is the law of abundance. You are consciously releasing the deeply ingrained poverty consciousness that has been so prevalent in the matrix. That limiting belief that resources are scarce that there's only so much to go around, and that life is a constant struggle for survival. You are now embodying the deep cellular knowing that you actually live in a universe of infinite and overflowing abundance. There is more than enough for everyone's needs and desires. Scarcity is simply an illusion, a construct, a control mechanism designed to keep you feeling powerless. As you intentionally shift your core frequency from a feeling of lack to a feeling of deep gratitude for what you already have, you essentially open the floodgates, allowing the universe to shower you with abundance in all its myriad forms. This isn't just limited to money. It also includes an abundance of love, robust health, boundless creativity, overflowing joy, and amazing synchronicities that guide you along your path. You understand that you are not just a small, insignificant part of the universe. You are actually the universe experiencing itself in a unique way, and you have the inherent right to access all of its treasures and blessings. You become a conduit, a channel for this abundance, allowing it to freely flow both to you and through you, thereby blessing everyone you come into contact with. Your prosperity then becomes a powerful tool for your divine mission, providing the necessary funding for the projects and initiatives that will ultimately help build the new Earth, a more harmonious and equitable world. Then there is the law of unity, also known as the law of oneness. The illusion of separation, the false belief that we are all isolated individuals, is the very cornerstone of the entire 3D matrix. It's the lie that keeps humanity divided, fostering conflict and preventing us from working together. But you, as an awakened soul, now perceive the profound and fundamental truth that lies beneath the surface of all things. There is ultimately only one consciousness, one universal mind expressing itself through a beautiful and dazzling diversity of forms. The pain of another person is, in a very real sense, your pain. The joy of another person is also your joy. This isn't just some abstract philosophical concept, it's a lived reality, a deeply felt experience for you. This profound understanding effortlessly dissolves all judgment, all hatred, and all prejudice from your heart. You see the divine spark, the inherent goodness in every single person, even those who are acting from a place of deep pain and unconsciousness. This allows you to practice a radical form of compassion and forgiveness, extending understanding and empathy. For you understand that those who cause the most harm are often those who are in the most pain themselves. This doesn't mean that you condone harmful behavior or excuse wrongdoing. It simply means that you no longer create karmic entanglements by reacting with hatred, anger, or resentment. You instead hold the line of love, recognizing that it's the only true healing force in the universe. By consistently living from this state of oneness, you naturally become a bridge builder, a healer of divisions, and a living example of the unified consciousness that will form the bedrock of the new Earth society. And finally, you consciously live by the law of conscious creation. You fully accept and embrace your power as a fractal of God, as a unique expression of source energy, endowed with the incredible ability to create worlds with your thoughts, your feelings, and your intentions. You are no longer a passive observer or a helpless victim of your life circumstances. You are its deliberate and joyful architect, the one who gets to decide what to build. You wake up each day and consciously choose the reality you wish to experience, actively shaping your destiny. You use your amplified heart and your awakened mind to broadcast the frequency of the future you desire, knowing with unwavering certainty that the quantum field will orchestrate the perfect unfoldment of that reality, bringing your vision to life. You have successfully moved from a life of reaction, constantly responding to external events, to a life of conscious creation, intentionally shaping your experience. This is the mastery you came here to achieve, the potential you've always possessed. Living by these higher laws isn't a chore or a burden. It's a liberation, a joyous expansion. It's the act of aligning yourself with the fundamental truths of the cosmos, and in doing so, becoming a vessel for its infinite power, boundless wisdom, and unconditional love, to fully claim your sovereignty and to declare your alignment with the divine operating system of the universe. I invite you to make one final powerful declaration in the comments below. Type with all the certainty and conviction of your ascended self. The fully realized being you are becoming. I am a sovereign creator of my reality. This is your graduation statement, your declaration of independence from the limitations of the old paradigm. This is you accepting your divine diploma from the universe, acknowledging your mastery and readiness to step into your full potential. So here you stand at the magnificent precipice of a new dawn. This isn't just for you personally, it's for all of humanity. This 11/11 portal is so much more than just a fleeting astrological event. It's your chrysalis, the transformative stage where you shed your old self and emerge anew. It's your initiation into a higher level of consciousness. It's the cosmic midwife, assisting in the birth of the divine human, the very being you came here to become, the fully realized version of yourself. You have bravely walked through the sacred fire of the shadow purge, confronting and releasing your deepest fears and limiting beliefs, and emerged lighter, freer, and more empowered. You have surrendered to the collapse of your old life, letting go of what no longer served you, and found unexpected freedom in the void, the space between what was and what will be. You have felt the quickening of divine timing, the sense that everything is unfolding perfectly, and witnessed miracles unfold before your very eyes, signs that you are on the right path. You have heard the whispers of your ancestors in your dreams, receiving guidance and support from those who came before you, and felt the truth thrumming behind your third eye, that intuitive knowing that guides you from within. You have felt the magnetic pull of your soul tribe, the connection to those who resonate with your energy, and the glorious, undeniable ignition of your sacred mission. You are awake, fully conscious of who you are and why you are here. You are activated, ready to step into your power and fulfill your destiny. You are ready to create a better world. The journey ahead will still have its challenges. For the birthing of a new world is an intense process requiring patience, perseverance, and unwavering faith. But you will now face these challenges with a completely new set of tools, a new level of perception, allowing you to see beyond the surface, and an unshakable inner knowing of who you are and why you are here, grounding you in your truth. You are no longer the fearful, limited human you once thought you were. You are a magnificent multidimensional being of light, a lighthouse in the storm, a co-creator of worlds, a beloved child of the cosmos, finally coming home to the truth of your own divinity. From this day forward, from this very moment on, everything is different. The veil has been thinned for you, allowing you to see more clearly. The path has been cleared, making it easier to move forward. And your soul's song is now playing in perfect harmony with the grand symphony of the universe. Your only work is to continue to choose love over fear in every moment of every day. To tend to your frequency, nurturing your inner state and maintaining a positive vibration. To shine your light without apology, sharing your gifts and talents with the world, and to trust in the magnificent divine plan that is unfolding with perfect precision, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. Welcome to the new earth. You have not just arrived, you have actively helped to build it, contributing your unique energy and talents to the collective creation. Thank you for your courage in facing your fears and embracing your potential. Thank you for your light, for sharing your gifts with the world. Thank you for answering the call, for stepping up to fulfill your mission. The most exciting part of your journey has just begun. If this transmission has served you, if it has resonated with your soul and activated the truth that was already sleeping within you, please subscribe to Portal of Awakening. We will be here to guide you, to support you, and to remind you of your magnificence every single day as we walk this glorious path of ascension together. And you are the reason for it, the catalyst for positive change in the world.